Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to Piccadilly. The title says, what next? And indeed, what next? If you remember, I said to you I was going to finish New Mills and then go back to Piccadilly and start doing the canopy area on canopy number 3, which is that one. And I am, soon. But you see, the thing is, I've been thinking and talking about this upper level for quite a while. And if you remember, I said to you there was a number of different things that were stopping me from going ahead, i.e. the windows being replaced is the big one, because I don't want to do anything and then find out it's going to be wrecked or destroyed in any way, shape or form by the builders. Secondly is money. I can't afford to go ahead completely. I can do a bit, but not a massive amount. So there we are. Now, the thing is though, the rest of the development of the layout is partly dependent on the extension. And there's no point in going ahead and doing a massive amount of things if it's only got to be ripped up and changed. I'm sure you can understand that, because that's a wasted time, effort and potentially money too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the extension, but in a limited way. Now, you might want to sit down for this next bit because you might be in for a little bit of a shock. What's he done? I know! It's been tidied up! So you can now see, if I take you down a little bit, the area that's available from there through to there, which is about 4 feet. You might also remember there was a TV here. Well, that's up there now. It's on the wall. And I've obviously brought up a DVD player so I can watch films or TV, whatever, whilst modelling. A bit like Jenny Kirk does, really. But also, you might remember there was a set of drawers just there. I'll insert a picture here. That set of drawers has gone completely. You see, the thing is, this layout used 2 sets of drawers structurally, that being one. And having taken it out, I'll show you briefly. I need to restructure that because although it's sound, it's not going anywhere because these panels are bolted together. So they're all right. It's not collapsing, but it's all held up on this side by one leg and a batten that runs along the wall. So I've got to do something with that anyway. But secondly, there is the other set of drawers. So I'm not going to take you around the front, but there's a set of drawers there. And if I do pan you across, it is a little bit of a wiring mess there. But you can see that set of drawers is nowhere close to the front of this unit. So I do need to bring that forward. Now there are 4 vertical legs which support the layout on that side, and each one is bolted to the side of that drawer unit. So I need to move those and bring it out. Okay, so that's one of the jobs. But let me take you on to my proposals now. I'm going to put in the extension to this part this weekend. Okay, so there will be a baseboard running along here. But as you will remember me saying, and I'll re-emphasise it, tracks coming out of Piccadilly will go much straighter and then curve around over here. But you've just said, John, you can't do anything because the window's got to be replaced. Yes, and that's unfortunately where I've got to stop. That part over there where the new baseboard's going to be in is as far this way as I can take it. So there'll have to be some workarounds. Now, one of the things I want to do, and this is radical, the fiddle yard, that's it. And although it's not full at the moment, there are 2 tracks completely empty. I've had to take a number of trains off, but I've got trains in that storage shelf, and I've also got a storage case, a bit like a suitcase, but with foam things in it. And there are trains in that as well. I would like to have all my trains out. So I've been thinking long and hard, what can I sensibly do to make this work? Look at this space underneath here. Thinking that is enormous. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a fiddle yard down there, but it's going to sort of go round there and round the corner. And there are other things which I'm not going to explain at the moment because I want them to be a bit of a surprise, or whatever you want to call it. I can actually have it a lot more tracks wide, and potentially with a reversing loop at that end, and potentially with a reversing loop at this end, because it will stretch the full width. And at some point next week, that lower shelf will go in. Not necessarily populated with massive amounts of track, but it will go in. And I'll show you that next week. Okay, so that's my basic idea. I'm hoping it's going to work. And although I'm not going to explain how I'm going to do it at the moment, getting the trains down to that depth in N gauge particularly is going to be quite a feat. I think I've found a solution, and I'm hoping it's going to work. So, this fiddle yard is coming out, and for a while that fiddle yard as it is there may not exist, because at the end of the day I want to make this a working layout and I want it to be future proof. And the problem I'm having at the moment with the idea that I'm going to use is these tracks coming across this way here. At the moment, because the layout was built as it was, all the tracks are going to cut across what I'm thinking. So that unfortunately has got to come out in its entirety. Okay, now tracks to the upper level, will still get trains to the upper level. It will be a faff, but until the whole layout has been reconstructed, that's the way I'm going to have to go, because I've got to try and start putting this together to start future proofing. And that way I then might even be able to start scenicking this area a little bit, because I'm proposing this come out and potentially be moved back. I've always been very conscious that this is very, very close to the tracks, as is that. But there's not an awful lot I can do about that. That's the best solution I can have, except when Piccadilly is extended, this can be straightened and it comes out more that way and then opens out, because the tracks don't have to follow it closely. They can come in a little bit slightly wider than that. But there are lots of different things going to happen there. And I think what I'll do is I'll get a part of this done. I'll get this baseboard sorted out. Now I'm going to put a batten underneath here and along the wall there at the end. And then I'm going to put a frame across the front. And, well, I'll show you what I've done when I've actually done it. But anyway, I'll catch you in a bit when that frame is in. See you in a bit. Right, welcome back. Ready? This is the result of Friday's work. Nowhere close to finishing yet, but that's so far. All right. So all those, I've used obviously new wood to create most of this. That's a piece of the bed. Like I said, it was going to be chopped up. That leg there is not fixed yet. That's tomorrow's job. I'll turn this light on underneath here, give you a little bit more light. I've refixed that leg there, and I need to put in another leg over there. And also I've taken out some structure just here, and I need to rebuild that because it was just hanging. So All the wires are a bit of a mess at the moment. Obviously I'm not going to do anything with those at the moment, but once the structure's up I will secure those back again, because that's a strangling hazard, that is. I might get garroted. But anyway, so I'll crack on with getting this top and what I've just mentioned made tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. I'll see you after that. Bye for now. There we are. There's the result of the weekend's work. Still nowhere close to finishing. You can see there's a dangly socket or switch just there, but that leg has now been moved from, it was about there, so I've moved that across. The drawers have come forward and gone that way, which now allows for the bigger space in there to put the turnaround loop. Vacuum cleaner's on the wall just there now. As we go round, so you can see there's the new baseboard gone in. It's not fixed down yet because there's things got to happen to it, which I'll explain later. The new structure's in. This leg has now been fixed. And there's another leg at the back there, and I've fitted, well, that leg has been tied, and you could perhaps, you won't have realised this, but that's a new batten just gone in across there. And I mean, I think these are secure enough, but I might even put another one up here. We'll see. It'll have to go in pieces because that's part of the old bed. But the thing is, if I bring you back, the amount of space that's been developed now is just incredible. And I can't quite believe, really. I mean, considering I had no choice before, what I had was what I had, but now I've got the whole room, I might as well make use of it. Now, some of you might say to me, well, if the door's not on, which it isn't, as you probably see, why don't I take the layout right to the door? I thought long and hard about it, and I've chosen not to do that, is because that's where Piccadilly is. That's Piccadilly station, and you don't want something massively big and detailed on an entrance point. You want something that's small and easy to move, not going to cause too much fuss or interference. So I did think about moving it across even just another foot, but the upheaval of it all is just going to be horrendous. So I might do something. I mean, I've just obviously because I've tidied this up, I've had to put things somewhere, so I've literally just dumped things other places. You can probably see the wood in the distance over there. So that room's become a complete tip at the minute. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe something. I don't know. If you got any suggestions, then let me know. I'm quite happy to hear. No guarantees, mind, but it'd be nice to hear what people have got to say. But anyway, I'm going to finish the video there because it is coming up to 4:30 on Sunday afternoon, and it probably won't be until at least 9 or possibly even 10 before this video is published. So I want to get it out and before the new week starts. All right. So next video, you'll see the progress of getting the structure completely finished, because we're not quite there yet. All the wiring needs to be gone through and tied up and made to look neat and tidy. And then we'll start thinking about the tracks and how they're going to go in this interim period for this next few months. All right. So I'll see you again. I hope you've had a nice weekend. Hope you have a lovely week ahead of you. And I'll catch you soon on Piccadilly. All right, take care. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, please do like, subscribe and share, remembering to click on that little bell, and you'll get notification of my videos straight into your inbox. On the screen, you might see some other videos that might take your interest. Okay, everyone, see you soon. Bye for now.